Hello, everybody. It is day 7. Huge milestone in the carnivore diet. An entire week of eating only meat in the tank. So, how did it go? Well, there were some ups and downs. Today felt pretty crappy in the morning, and I even felt a little bit nauseous right about lunchtime. But I did watch the guy who got me into this, Carnivore MD, talking with the Liver King. They did a podcast together about 3 months ago. It was in March of this year. And it enlightened me on a lot of different things. And the main thing I want to point out right now is that this is not the final form of the diet. This is do it to get some reps. And I think I'm going to underscore this a couple times so that you can refine and make this much better over time. You have to find out what works for you. And so there's different pieces that you're going to add in and remove later on. I'm experimenting a lot with liver, bone broth. I'm actually making that right now as we speak. Bones are in the oven roasting, and then I'm going to put them in the crock pot to make some bone broth. And so the entire week, it didn't go swimmingly. I kind of expected to feel pretty fantastic, and that just wasn't the case. And I've decided to finish out the entire month of no plants, save for maybe a few days because my mother's birthday is coming up at the tail end. And 28 days will be enough. But so all that to say, I'm doing this not because I think this is the final form, but I'm doing this because it sucks, because it's hard, and because it's a challenge. And so I want to, continue to do this despite knowing it's maybe not exactly what my body needs, because I want to refine my ideas around the organ meats. I want to refine my cooking strategies, my processing strategies, and just get a better idea of not spending so much money on this stuff. How do I make it, like a well-oiled machine to do this kind of thing? So one thing they mentioned on the podcast was that sometimes he'll eat some meat, some ground beef, and he'll feel a little nauseous. And he thinks it's just there's one of these really nasty microorganisms, Colostrum difficile, E. coli, something that's really pretty nasty that's getting in your gut, and your body's dealing with that, and you're feeling the effects of the immune system going to work and doing its job. And I think that's going to make me a stronger, more robust person because of that. So yeah, there's been some pretty rough times where after eating, I'm just like, I just feel gross. And but I think that's part of, getting the body used to not only a new energy system, but new foods and just new ways of cooking things. Along with the podcast, the Liver King kind of talked about why he's a proponent of what he is and why he says, and it's less of eat this way because it's healthy. It's more of do these 9 things because this is a healthy lifestyle, and eating is just part of that. And that really gets me excited. Like, I love tweaking people's lifestyles when they come in to see me about their pain problems. That we feed so many things into why we hurt and why we're having our problems, that the best thing we can do is try and tweak and optimize our lifestyles. And they're all involved around doing some pretty hard stuff in this day and age. Getting off your devices, getting out in nature, doing stuff that sucks, like taking cold showers, getting out in the heat, walking. All of these things that are going to bring you closer to nature, not because they suck, but because we know they have hormonally and other positive effects on our body in order to be happier, healthier, more robust humans. And I really like that idea. And just listening to that podcast really kind of opened wide why I'm doing what I'm doing, and sort of like rehashed why I'm, not eating any plants, not drinking, not doing anything, because that's made with plants. Like the reason why I'm sticking to my guns on this is because even despite it maybe not being, exactly what I want and feeling really good, is because I know I'm going to learn a lot in these next couple weeks. And I just want to share all of that information with you. So liver, I'm eating more so. I'm tweaking kind of how much, and I think before I was eating like a lot of liver. And one of these things is his thing is like being primal and being more closer to our ancestors and the way they lived. And this was like what I was talking about on like day 3 or 4. Like I noticed that I feel like energy level is not increased. It feels more sharp. It feels like more on edge. It feels more primal, I think is a really good word to explain how I feel. You feel like your senses are sharpened. Like I can smell different, like I can smell somebody's breath now from further away. I can smell that, like I was just walking in the grocery store and I can smell perfumes, and it's really, really interesting how just tweaking some of the things that I'm doing has changed maybe even like olfactory nerve and sort of detoxifying the brain so that that's optimized. And it's just like, what else is there? What else is going to get optimized? If that's just the tip of the iceberg, I'm ready to see what else is going to change. And I'm just going to keep going and keep going. And, if this works for me, then I'll talk to my family about maybe trying to, integrate some of these strategies. And not that they're going to jump in head first, maybe like I did. I'm kind of a trial by fire kind of guy. But I think that this can really help people. And I've got a couple patients in mind as well that might also benefit. So just some interesting things that I've noticed sensation-wise that has really got me interested in wanting to continue. So that is about all I have for today. I just wanted to kind of underscore a couple of those things because this podcast really did, kind of blast the doors wide open on why I'm doing this. I'll link it in the description of this video so you all have that as a resource. Thank you all for coming and sharing a little bit of time with me. So have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you on the next one.